Yo, what's up guys, it's 42 Daily back here with another video. Finally, we're back, a little commentary video. I love these types of videos to sit down, just get to relax and yap all I want. But hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the Music Industry Podcast. Just released that last week. There's another one coming out this week and next week with my partner Mahib. We're making some good content over there, some fantastic interviews, and just talking all things music industry. But today's subject is going to be Ye. Now, I'll be honest, in the last week, literally like 500 different things have happened. I mean, it's too impossible to even talk about it. Like the Grammys, Playboi Carti, Adin Ross, Ye, which we will be talking about, and just so many other things. And on the topic of Playboi Carti, which we won't talk about much, he apparently is having a listening party next week. So in case you're wondering any updates on the album, that's the only update I have. Don't know if that means album or not, but that's just what I know. All right, on the topic of Ye, specifically Vultures Volume 1. So leading up to Chicago's event, which was last night, there were some music videos shared on Kanye West's Instagram, as well as Dolla. The specific Northwest song, and then the Vultures Havoc version with Lil Durk. So to be honest, we were getting a lot of good promotional, videos from Kanye. He was promoting the event happening. Actually, technically, he didn't even promote it. His fan pages promoted it and sold it out within 7 minutes. But then he promoted it after, and then had a live stream to promote because, all of us non-Chicago residents had to watch it and, had to pay $20 for it. So we watched it and a lot went down. I gotta say, just from a general perspective and overall production wise, that event was incredible, and it was very well put together considering I think they only had like a few weeks to do it. I mean, just the whole aesthetic that Kanye and Dolla came out with, it was absolutely incredible, and we heard some amazing songs, most of which will be on Volume 1. Unfortunately, it looks like one will not, which we'll get into later. And even more unfortunately, it's a Playboi Carti song, which of course it is, right? Like us Carti fans, we're never getting lucky with that stuff. But anyways, back onto the subject. So Chicago, absolutely phenomenal. It was Dolla, Kanye West. They were there, sold out crowd. They brought on YG, Northwest, Freddy Gibbs was there, and that was it for the most part. Unfortunately, looks like Playboi Carti could not make it there. He promoted it, stuff like that. He was showing love on his Instagram story, and Kanye was showing love back, but couldn't make it. Maybe he'll make it to the New York event. Guess we don't know. In terms of songs, incredible. I mean, I could not say enough good things about the songs. It was just unique, incredible production, great verses, great features. I mean, overall amazing. And some of the songs we had heard previously in Miami and Las Vegas for the Vultures listening party, but some of these songs were completely new, specifically Carnival, which used a Black Sabbath kind of sample and had Rich the Kid, yes, Rich the Kid, and Playboi Carti. I gotta say, Carnival was probably my favorite song. It was absolutely incredible. Now, the worst part of it is that Black Sabbath, specifically Ozzy Osbourne, said that sample hasn't been cleared, and they're not letting Kanye use that sample. So, unless Kanye wants to get sued, he's not going to have that song on Vultures Volume 1. And it's honestly really unfortunate because that Rich the Kid verse was insane. And same with the Playboi Carti verse. He was delivering us like full verses. A lot of people were kind of mad at him for Popular because that was such a popular song with Madonna and Weeknd, and he gave us like a 10-second, little verse. But with this, I mean, the delivery was insane. And then Fuck Some, which of course people were talking about preemptively because they knew about it, also had a surprise because Travis Scott was on that song. And I gotta say, Playboi Carti's verse on that, also incredible. I really don't know which Carti verse was better, I'll be honest. Now, honestly, I think the production on Carnival was a little bit better, so I'm kind of leaning towards Carnival, but Fuck Some was great too, like 10 out of 10. So really, there's no picking and choosing on these, to be honest. I'm just really sad that Black Sabbath, specifically Ozzy Osbourne, won't clear the sample because we're not going to be hearing that song on an official release or whatever. And I don't even know if he'll play it tonight at the New York show. I guess by the time this is out, we'll know or not. And I guess also we'll know, what the song difference is, if it was the same track list and everything like that. But more on that later. Back to Chicago, Northwest came out, which was great. She performed her song. YG also surprised us, and he was phenomenal, great fit. Then they played Freddie Gibbs' song, which he didn't pop out for that. But then 2 songs later, he did, which was kind of strange. Maybe he was late or something like that. I really don't know. But overall, Chicago ended pretty well. I mean, it was kind of abrupt. A lot of people didn't expect it to end because randomly like a black screen popped up and it said like stream ended or something like that. And then it started again for 5 more minutes and then ended and said like, we're done. So it was about an hour. And also, side note, Ye showed up on time, so that was pretty good. I don't know if it was Dolla telling him to or his manager or whatnot, but good job, Ye. I guess we'll see what happens in New York and, if he stays up on time or if he gets there on time. But now moving on to New York specifically. So New York, the UBS or USB, whatever arena is where they're set to perform. It'll be the same Dolla, Kanye. I really don't know who else is coming. I guess I would assume North, YG, and Freddie Gibbs again. Maybe Carti, maybe Quavo, maybe Rich the Kid. I really don't know at this point. It would be crazy if he brought out Ozzy Osbourne after what Ozzy said, but that's not happening clearly. I guess the more interesting conversation is, will Carnival be played? I don't think so, since they don't have the sample cleared and, Black Sabbath made a huge deal out of it, but I guess we'll see, honestly. You guys will know before me, or I guess right now, in this sense, I don't know, but as you guys are watching this, you'll know it's kind of a little bit of inception. The other big important part of it is Vultures technically didn't drop on streaming platforms at all, and that was something that we were all expecting. We didn't know if it was going to be before the Chicago event, during the Chicago event, or after the Chicago event, but it was none of those. So with New York in mind, a lot of people think it's going to drop slightly before the New York event. I personally think it'll drop after the New York event or during, but I really have no idea. I mean, honestly, as I'm filming this right now, it could technically drop. Like, I could get a notification that it's dropped. So everyone's kind of, wondering why. I think the main reason is that samples haven't been cleared. Black Sabbath showed that they didn't clear their sample for Carnival, so that's an interesting part. I'm honestly curious to see if any other samples haven't been cleared. I'm hoping that was the only one, and I guess worst case scenario, they'll just take that song out and it'll be the same exact track list with the same exact songs besides that song. Now, optimistic side of me wishes they would just kind of adjust that song slightly so that Playboi Carti and Rich the Kid could still have their verses in there, and then they could take out Black Sabbath, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just all or nothing, and I don't think they're going to reach an agreement with Black Sabbath because it's more of a moral issue they have with Ye here and not really like a money one. It's not financial at all. It's completely based on ethics and morals, so yeah, they're not switching up for the most part. Another interesting point of view is that actually, apparently, according to Eric Sermon, who's a producer, Ye is working on Y3, another solo album. And honestly, my response to that is, let's just focus on getting Vultures Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 out, because, that's got to be the priority, right? Like, let's calm down and let's get this album out of the road first, right? Like, I feel like all of these, kind of things happen with artists is like they're about to drop and then someone says, oh, they're also working on this to like excite us more. But at the end of the day, like, can't we just focus on, this album that's coming out? Because it hasn't even dropped yet. So let's just make sure it drops first. And it's technically February 9th right now. We have about 7 hours, 8 hours left in the day. And, kind of trying to make sure that Ye fits to that timeline, right? But Y3 could be interesting. I don't know when it'll come out. Probably like 2030 if we're being honest. Like, come on. But that could be cool. No snippets or anything have been shown from that, but just a good piece from Eric Sermon. Now, kind of focusing on my prediction on when it drops. I know I talked a little bit about that with, regarding New York event and that happening tonight, but I honestly think it has to drop tonight because if it doesn't, I literally have no idea. It could be the weekend. It could be next week. It could be 2 weeks. It could be a month, 2 months, 3 months, 2025. I don't know. Like, it needs to be tonight or else, it could literally be anything. And that's the scary thing about this is like, we're kind of on this deadline right now. So to anyone who's watching this, I hope right now you can enjoy it on Spotify, Apple Music, or SoundCloud because it's getting a little freaky out there. It's kind of feeling like Playboi Carti, but I'm going to be optimistic and just assume it's dropping. So I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, that's kind of what's been happening with Ye and just everything Vultures. It's honestly super exciting. A lot of people have been comparing it to Donda already, which I'm okay with, honestly. I think Donda and Vultures are different in their own way. But to be honest, I'm kind of leaning towards Vultures just because I think the features are so damn good. Like, the features are like chef's kiss to the features. But that's going to be the video today, guys. I hope you'd enjoyed this little piece on Kanye and what he's been doing with Vultures. And let me know if there's any information I missed or any information you didn't know, because that's always good to talk about. But yeah, Sunday we'll be dropping the next music industry podcast show with Mahib. So be on the lookout for that. Hope you guys, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Go follow the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm active on all of those things. And have a great rest of your day.